about, and get your followers all the way up, and then one day just like you, Mo, Child of the Sun, everybody just do a whole live just speaking facts after you suck them in with that bullshit.
That's gonna be a minute. Like what I want us to do the DVD. I want Buck to get 30 minutes. Somebody interviewing him. Mo get 30 minutes. I get 30 minutes, and then they just edit, copy, paste. And after you know how somebody asks you something like about like we was just talking about. We was talking about Islam and Islam coming in Africa, and it was putting us under the thumb, and we was in slavery. So when somebody after we talk about that, then they show the images.
Hmm.
So not only are we talking, you getting images and you getting the video cutout of the stuff that was going on, of the stuff we were talking about. So we're gonna need somebody to do the interview. We're gonna need somebody to edit the DVD, and then we're gonna have to have somebody put the graphics and the photos in the DVD. And then you're gonna have I don't know if we do a barcode or what because I don't. And then we sell it to everybody.
That's like hidden colors or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's what I was telling them. I said do it just like or we do it just like Hidden Colors. And we have we probably call it Here We Go or something to that effect or the BMS. But this is the thing, I don't want to just do us. I want to do everybody that fuck with us. So we just start introducing everybody. We can't just have me, Mo, and Buck talking and we all get like a 20-minute segment. But it's not like I talk for 20 minutes and they go to Mo and Mo. And be like, oh, you got 2 minutes of Mo, you get like a minute of me, you get like a minute and a half of Buck, and then it just keep rotating. We all addressing the same topics, but we're answering it in our own individual way. Then there's certain topics that other people are more knowledgeable in. So that's the person that you take that specific topic to, and then they talk about it. That'll be on the DVD. Then you get like bonus footage. We might have like a hidden guest speaker on the DVD.
I got the Arab slave trade.
Yeah, I don't know that much about that, so that wouldn't be my forte. My forte is the Exodus, and Egypt ain't in America. Buck knows Bible verses and economics, so and then Mo know everything. I probably do some. Now I can see if I do that, then it'll go against because if I start talking about like that more stuff, it kind of seems like I'm going at against what Buck be talking about. So
It could be called like perspectives or some shit like that, and everybody's perspective does matter. Cause that for shit, that more shit goes into the Arab slave trade.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that we probably would do that in like DVD two. Put that in DVD two because what
Tabitha,
is it like five? What is it? Five hidden colors.
yeah, Tabitha says she got the Mongolian.
So we if we did something like that, that'd be cool. And then we get crazy. We have a DVD called Crazy Kenya, and we get Kenya get like 20 minutes to talk about her crazy theories. That'll be like the bonus DVD.
Oh hell no! I'm not gonna be a part of nothing really spreading real misinformation. No, that's not gonna work. All she
Nah,
gonna be talking about is
Kenya got
GMO.
some good ass. Kenya got some good ass information when it comes to that book.
The sky is GMOs.
It was
Practices are GMO.
patient. It was patience in Kenya, right? And Patience and Kenya they was like tag teaming people on that book. I was like, damn, I don't see how they gonna get defeated, man. It was like 13-0 and shit. They was just
Nah,
going around rocking the mic on people.
nah, Precious will kill anybody with that book. One day I seen her going at the Christians with that damn book. Man, I learned 13 things. Like I'm like, what the hell? It says that. Oh Lord,
Yeah,
Precious
she
got
knows.
that book down pack.
It would if you get her, Emily, and Kenya in the same live, shit, it's a wrap. I I tell people to this day, the people that I would not want to debate is Mo, Patience, and Emily. I'm not debating that. If it comes to the book, yeah, I'm not doing that. And I might have to throw Antoine in there too. Yeah, I don't think I want that. I don't think I want that Antoine smoke. 'Cause
Man,
that's my boy.
I can't go scripture for scripture. I already told y'all that I was never indoctrinated in any of this stuff. I could go what's historically true and what versus what's not, but to tell you what John 7:7,000 says, that's not me. I never was indoctrinated.
Yeah, so we can do something like that. Like we get bonus. You get the DVD, you get the bonus footage, and then you might get we get yeah we got to do the shirts too. We got to do the Here We Go shirts, and that'll come with the DVD. But we're not gonna do it this year. It'll have to be sometime during the spring next year because I don't want to pass all this stuff out while it's cold.
That's a good idea, but that's what I see for you guys. I told you that. I told you guys, you and Mo, that a long time ago, doing stuff like that. So that, I mean, this is all fun and gravy, but bills, they're not free. So
Yeah.
you guys doing
Well,
this every day.
I'm not even doing it for that. Like I told Mo a long time ago. I just want to do like a podcast, because when I was talking about doing the podcast, I didn't know people subscribe. They have to pay money for the subscription. He told me
Yeah,
that. He told me that shit like right before the summer of this year. I was like, huh? He's like,
yep,
you didn't know that? I said, no, I didn't know people had to pay. They had to subscribe to your podcast. I thought it was just like YouTube. I thought a podcast was just like YouTube. They just hit the like and subscribe.
now you can get subscriptions on here too, but you gotta focus on building your platform. And the way you build your platform for real, is always pushing out content.
Just see, I don't know how to do all that. I be at work all the time. It just slipped my mind.
The facts of Mo.
The hell, it slipped my mind.
Y'all hear
I
me?
don't know. I think I got enough YouTube with TikTok live where I can just put like a compilation of stuff together. Like what did you call them? Bloopers, Mo? We can do something like that. Just get a compilation of bloopers where people say strange shit. You know how you got like NBA bloopers, NFL bloopers? We can do like TikTok bloopers and just put a whole reel together of people saying strange shit.
Yeah,
I
here we
give you
go. It's called Here We
I
Go.
I give you permission to use the videos where people say stuff like slavery wasn't that bad, or it's okay to da 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 kids because it's in the Bible. And when I start going off, put all of that in there, all of it.
Yeah, that'd be the title. Like it'd be like Here We Go, and then it'd just after Here We Go, it'd be like whatever the DVD is about. So like you know how you got hidden colors, so you got hidden colors and you got hidden colors 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'd just be the name of it. Here We Go, and then whatever the documentary is about. Here we go 1. Here we go 2. Here we go 3. The rise and fall of Paul.
The Here We Go cartel.
So here we
The,
go, Egypt
the
in America.
historical origins of Jesus.
I love the Exodus. That has to be said so many times so our people can understand. Like that's where it really
That's a
is.
whole that's a whole DVD right there. Me and
Right.
Mo could go 3, 4 hours on the Exodus by itself.
Easy.
That's dealing with chronology, dealing with the sites, dealing with the people, the excavations.
A lot of Egyptologists actually did a lot of work for everybody about that.
That's what I'm talking about. Like I got a lot of their names.
All we got to do is cross reference it with other history, and then boom, that's a whole DVD right
And,
there.
and, and look, people don't. They so busy dealing with shit that's like elementary that they don't get into the deeper conversations of stuff where you'll have a group of scholars all saying something and you'll see us pick which one is right and we'll tell you why we think one is more correct over the other one.
Hmm.
And it's just for that moment. We've had instances where we agree with somebody and then they fucked up and said something stupid. It was
Yep.
like, nah, I don't even know why the fuck he said that, but he gonna get it. And then a couple weeks later or a year later, he get his ass handed to him because people drift off into belief and they wander off. It's hard to be disciplined and just stick to what the information proves. If it changes over time and someone shows a method where it could be disproven, then you got to accept it. And even scholars, biblical scholars, archaeologists, sometimes it gets hard for them and they can't help it because they just want to believe what they already had before. Whether they're older or they're just in their ego. They like, they don't want a student to come and disprove them, or they don't want their peers. They turn it into a competition instead of focusing on that we're trying to preserve the truth and pass it along. It's not about you. It's about you passing on the truth and by using discipline. If you're gonna believe, just go to church and believe some shit.
Hmm.
But that's something that we gotta get used to it because right now we're dealing with situations where people have opened the cage. Especially black people. The cage is open and you just run out and you like scatter and you go everywhere. You like, ooh, a rock, ooh, a tree, and everything's new to you, and you just like, ooh, 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 ooh. And you got to remember, like, you just been in bondage, and you're suffering from the lack of exposure. So you exposed to all this information, and you don't know what the fuck to believe. But you got to take it step by step. If you don't figure it out, and you 50, 60, 70 years old, oh well, pass on the truth properly, swallow your pride, and leave it alone. Hang it up. You done. Just pass the truth on, and because that's what didn't happen for us. Our people were stuck in belief for a long time, and they didn't want to do this work, so we kind of backed up. So that's why people rush it, and it's understandable. But come on now, we got to toughen up and just mature and get past the bullshit.
Yep. Mo, God of the Son said he gonna make the t-shirts for us. So you gotta send him the logo.
Yeah, I got one of them. Y'all ain't see that on my page?
You showed me one on TikTok, but you didn't. I told you send it to my phone. Since you don't like check the text messages.
Yeah, I gotta get back on that phone.
Y'all be missing out, man. We be in the group chat going hard.
I've been popping in there lately though.
Our emoji game is
Yo,
on God.
this shit be getting wild. We got to make a compilation of that too. Just scroll through that junk and let them read it. Yo, we going nuts.
Oh shit. Yeah, child of the son, we gonna have to. We probably because I don't on my phone. I don't know how to add numbers to the group chat. I just got to create a new group chat. I'm not technology savvy like that. Yeah, but y'all be missing out. I swear y'all do.
Y'all just gotta push out content whenever you can. Just like make stupid ass videos. But like I think that's how you can help build it on here and then move it to YouTube.
Shit, I'm already on the YouTube. Don't nobody watch my. I will say this though. Child of the Sun, I think I
You
seen
gotta
every video
you gotta edit the clip. It gotta be like between 7 and 15 minutes.
on YouTube.
Yeah, and then once it builds up, then you start putting out the longer versions of it.
Oh, that's why SETI do that shit now.
Yeah, you got to keep it between a certain amount of time because
Oh, I
people's
didn't know that.
attention span are short. It used to be 30 minutes. People used to like having longer videos, but now people's attention span is so short. They just, they write in between 7 and 15 minutes. So you got to keep
Yeah.
it brief, and then later they gonna ask for the extended ones. Like, yo, give us the whole thing. Once they start getting thirsty for it, then you put the whole thing out there.
And then you make them pay for it. But I started off on YouTube. I did good. Like right when it came out, I was pretty popular on there. But yeah, you got to keep it short. And then like every once in a while, you could throw a long one in there, but get the engagement first.
Oh my.
I think
Yeah,
TikTok makes it easier to build YouTube now. So you just have to build your TikTok too.
yeah, like she said, you can make them pay for it too. They can subscribe. You can make a Patreon, make your little base price. It don't matter
No,
if it's
I
a
ain't got
dollar.
$1,000. I can't do none of that shit.
Yeah, you can make a Patreon and put all of the long videos up there, and then put the clips on
How
YouTube.
you can do that without having 1,000 followers?
Yeah,
Because I'll throw all that shit up there and just start making short clips like that. Because I think one of my most viewed ones is the one where we talking about facts for God, and he showed up in the live and got cooked, and he thought we set him up and shit. I think that the 30-minute video, not the one that's like 3 hours though.
I haven't really worked YouTube in some years, but it looks like their lives is what's cracking over there, even on YouTube now. So you should go live and do that information thing where we're throwing up the actual scholarship that we have instead of just saying trust me bro. And then I think that would be super interesting with the group around us. Just prepare for like a week and have your stuff ready. We send it all to you. So when I say put up da da da, then you put it up and then we just go from there.
Yeah, she said, "Trust me, bro. That's
Yeah,
gotta
we
be the
working on it. We getting to it.
I'm about to make a trust me.
We just got some other shit. We gotta,
trust me, bro blooper."
we
I'm
got to play.
I'm I'm about to make a video tomorrow called Trust Me Bro University. And I'm gonna make it like it's like a college admittance video. Like just come to Trust Me Bro University where you don't have to do any research. Like I'm about to do that shit. What?
Church.
Yeah.
I'm about to tag the famous
Eh,
Trust Me Bro University professors too to that video.
Now he was in here and he left.
You need to listen, and we don't have no problem with conceding. We don't care. We can submit. Just bring that kryptonite.
Right?
Bring the methodology, bring the truth, bring the paper trail, bring the evidence, the archaeology, the any of the artifacts. Bring it.
Bring them
Enforce it. What
receipts.
happens when you walk up on Superman with that kryptonite? He start tucking into the fetal position. You know, he break down. We telling you to cheat. We giving you our weakness. Bring it. And we ain't got no choice. The next live will be like, hey, y'all, we was wrong. We gonna get straight to it because we don't want to be sitting
So
there
came in
looking
wrong.
like other people in belief. We gonna adjust to the truth because that's all we following.
That's why when Cassius put that up there, I've heard of that theory, but to see it now, I gotta see everything. I've never seen anybody have any type of evidence about people being here before. The story was it happened after slavery. That's why these languages was here. So now I have to see that information before I make any other claims. So it's just that simple for me. I don't really believe that shit look the same, but now let me read it. I don't got no problem with that.
He might have some truth in what he's saying, but he's trying to push that Islam shit. And with that,
That's why I be sneak dissing them in my videos talking about the history of the Arab slave trade. They be watching it, but they don't say nothing because they know it's true.
now we need to go ahead and get the Muslim faithfuls on here. They go to YouTube because they be like, oh, our Quran was in its purest form. It wasn't manipulated or corrupted like the Bible. What can you say? No, 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 no. Some of them will tell you that. Some of them will tell you that the Quran that they got it's been edited, and some of them won't tell you that they know it's in its purest form. They just be making up shit.
Yeah, and for people to be in this land earlier than previously thought, you do not have to change people's names and switch them up and put them over here and put them over there. You ain't got to do all that. Some people arrived earlier than previously thought, but all you got to do is demonstrate it and cool, you can move the date back a little bit. There's no problem with that. That's not an issue. But if you like, if we just accept what you said and you can't show no methodology, you set the standard. So let's say you get 1 million, 2 million people, and over time you got 300 million people believing what you said. And these are students and professors later on in the future, a couple generations down the line. If the standard is set as trust me, bro, or because I said so, then it's going to be easy to overtake it. Just be a personality on the internet, you
Try
know,
to
have
believe.
have a good gift of gab and be aggressive with I told you so, but
Oh
when
no,
someone
he
asks for a
talking to
source,
you. I don't know if
who?
you see the chat. Shout of the fun.
Oh, what he say? Let me see.
Charlie, son, you just gonna have to message people your number, bro.
Nobody using for the shirts logo from the no page. Yeah, send me your email and I'm gonna send you the logo.
Y'all
Yeah,
heard
don't.
it first.
But I got another one. I got that logo, then I have another one. So I gotta see which one everybody
Yeah,
wanna use.
we gotta
We still
use
gonna
church.
pick between them. I wanna have three and then we pick the one we gonna use for the
So we
YouTube,
can use all
the
three.
one we gonna use for the shirts.
I
Y'all
like
heard it
this.
first.
That Trust Me,
New
Bro
video coming
University.
out.
Who created that shit? Who created that saying? That was you, Tristan?
Yeah. Y'all heard it. I'm about to make a whole video
I
about it
love,
tomorrow.
I love that shit.
What?
I'm about to. I'm about
What y'all
to.
what y'all
Trust
say?
I'm
Me,
gonna tell
Bro
them this.
University.
I'm gonna tell them the curriculum is like Egypt is really in America. I already know what I'm gonna do. Y'all heard it first. Y'all gotta watch it.
Trust Me University?
Trust me, bro. University.
Oh, trust me, bro.
You know how they make those admittance videos for colleges and shit? I'm gonna
Hey,
go all out.
Hey,
Child of the
listen.
Sun. Make his t-shirt with Trust Me, Bro. We just gotta get a logo.
We gonna fuck around. Look, we gonna fuck around and a couple generations down the line, somebody gonna think we was serious, and the whole time the Trust Me Bro University was making fun of pseudoscience.
They was like, it's real. Trust me, bro.
It go to Trust Me Bro University, but Trust Me Bro ain't even a phrase at that time in the future, right? So they just think Trust Me Bro was some foreign word.
They're gonna be like, Tristan, trust me, bro. Founded the school in 2022.
Oh yeah, we gotta be careful with that. We gotta put a disclaimer on there.
Uh,
We gotta put a disclaimer on there because that anything can happen.
So I'll say in my video tomorrow, trust me, bro University, the school of the pseudoscience,
Kenya
and
gotta
go
get
for
a third. Her gotta say, nah, nah.
no. You got to put GMO on that shirt.
Kenya got so many sayings. She's like, nope, that's fake. They're GMOs. Who? Oh, that was Leap who came up with the envelopians. Ain't that what he said?
I think all these terms have been said. I think somebody probably said "Trust me, bro" University before me,
I ain't
and
never heard
I
this app.
heard of that.
I've never heard that on this app.
Okay, well, actually, don't put that shit on no shirt. Let me copyright it tomorrow.
Who gonna be? Yeah, that's what we gotta do too, child. Son. We gotta make sure everything is legit with the paperwork. But who gonna be valedictorian?
You?
Kenya.
Hell, I can't do it. It gonna be me because I'm gonna fail that class. I'm gonna fail every fucking class in that university. I'm gonna get every fucking question wrong. My paper gonna be trash.
No,
Dissertation, doo doo.
The Earth Speaks about to be the valedictorian.
Yeah,
We ain't
yeah.
fucking
Earth
with him.
speak. He took it hands down. He valedictorian or energy.
No, I ain't fucking with him.
Energy gonna steal it.
It's
Energy
gonna,
gonna take it. Yeah, he energy got Earth speak.
yeah.
Earth
It's
speak got a little bit of discipline. The
damn.
energy is man.
He
Now
know how to spin that shit.
that naturally Yahweh is like in a close third.
Mm, and a lot of his stuff don't be pseudo though. That's
What?
the thing.
All right, maybe I got to listen to him more because he's claiming that we was here for
No, I'm not saying, but I don't mess with his videos on that. Like when he be breaking down words and terminology, that a lot of that shit be right. But that like that George Washington being black type shit, like you can say he was mixed, but
George
I mean
Washington.
we had like 7 presidents that was considered. It might have even been more than that. If they might go, I think they might go up to 13.
Man, that's not even that's not the United States of America.
Somebody broke their leg
No, I just saw him.
on YouTube. Why ain't you sleep?
Tabitha, that's the
I'm
one that said we
I'm
was
still
walking
trying to
around
figure
with
it out too.
dinosaurs. Nah, he naturally always in the running.
Nah, he's cool. I ain't got no problem with naturally already. I don't see leave that Egypt shit alone. He cool. Where you see Pop at? Okay, whatever. I don't know where that Pop is. I got water. I got this nasty ass water right here. I need some
Mm.
Coke for it. I don't know. Yeah, we need to go. We need to get a game plan, put all this shit into motion, start selling the little t-shirts. We gonna probably send them out for the station first. I want to do like what's that dude's name? The real Macarba. You know who I'm talking about, Mo?
The real macabre. Nah.
Yeah, he on YouTube, but he on YouTube, but he got his own website and shit. Yeah, let me see, cause I know he on. I don't know how to spell it, so I gotta look it up. All right, that already popped up for me. He spells it Merkabah. I've been fucking with him. I think he might have been one of the first people I've been fucking with on YouTube. He got a series called Game Over dealing with the Bible, and that I think it's a 4 part. It might be 5 parts. He killed that shit, bro. I was like, God. I was like, man, this dude. And then I watched Shaka almost like 2 years later.
Oh yeah. Damn.
You
Yo,
know who I'm
his
talking
shit.
about now?
Yeah, I'm yo, I'll watch one of his old videos, a junk that was like 4 hours long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When he
That
was
yo,
chunky, he ain't
he was
chunky like he was.
cook. Like he's the only one other than Kenya and Emily that I heard speak about the Piso family.
Yeah, I ain't hear him talk about
Yo,
that
he
shit.
did that. Yeah, that was a long ass time ago.
He the truth.
I didn't know he was still doing it.
Yeah, he still do it, but he got his own website and stuff. He had these motherfuckers pay $99 for never pay again. So they signed up for his website, and whatever content he dropped, they ain't never got to pay for it again. And he had like over 1,200 people. I was like, shit, he paid, bro. I'm not trying to do that individual stuff. Like we all need one website where all our shit go on there.
Make
That's
a
what
new
I'm. Go ahead.
group chat. Make a new group chat so we could talk about this outside of here.
Okay, would you say group like what app you talking about?
Did whatever you guys or are you guys using your regular phone numbers for your group chat?
Oh, you talking about me, Mo, and Buck? Yeah, me, Mo, Buck, and Sleepy. Man, we be going in with the gift, boy. That means be out of this world.
Not because
Ah,
some of the stuff that you guys are talking about takes money and stuff like that. I'd rather
I
not talk
know.
about that online.
We probably get all this stuff set it up next year because winter coming, and when winter come, that's my job. We get real slow. Well, we're not real slow, but I don't get like my 40, 50 hours. I might get like 36. Who is this?
Hey, if people got up here and they were like asking questions and we
What's
could
up?
share information with
Good
them,
evening, or good morning, I should
and we
say.
don't, yeah,
Go ahead,
and
Mo.
we don't drift off too much, I wouldn't mind dedicating more time. But I feel like I'm like, man, I gotta finish this book first and get and put more time into
Yeah,
that,
I told you,
and then I
bro.
can kick back and relax.
Yeah,
Cause
knock
in
that
the
push out.
meantime, throughout
Out.
the whole thing, I'm be like, yo, and go get the book. You know, I'm gonna keep throwing commercials in there while they jumping on the moon
I'm gonna be
bounce and shit.
saying
But
the
right
same
now, it's
shit.
like I be wasting my time, like, and people don't even give a fuck what we saying actually.
I
So I want to put more
You know
time
how
into
pissed
something
off I
productive.
was? That we get up here, we get y'all all this information, and y'all don't. They don't give a fuck. They just go follow the people that be saying stupid shit,
I backed
sending
off.
sending
I backed
smoothies and shit.
all the way. I backed off all the way, guys.
That man said
You know,
they
you know
could
what's
get
crazy?
astral projecting, and they were measuring stars, and they were measuring stars with the height and weight. Show me that on the metanator. Show me that on the hieroglyphs, bro. He just be making up shit.
Yeah, you know what's crazy?
And he want us to follow him, and then we go in the closed room. He give us a juice with sea moss and semen in it, watercress.
You know what's crazy? We're at a time right now where humans they need to see something. You know, something that's tangible. So many things have happened on this planet, even with just the even the new generation. So when they see something, if they don't see something front face, like that's proof of it, it's not tangible. So they keep it moving, and so the mindsets are to see something
No,
at this moment in
bro,
time.
not that. How many though? How many people live by that? A lot of people are
Well,
living
well,
by belief. They're just taking whatever they want. They can shift it. They can take some of the Quran. They can take some of the Bible. They can take some of their imagination, and they can take some shit written on the side of a tree outside their house and put it all together and come up with their own belief system. People,
it's
they don't
true.
even care what they see. You could show somebody something is false, and they'll still be like, "Yeah, well, that's your belief." So
No, well, when I
we
say
have
see,
no respect for methodology or how we arrive at a conclusion, even though the conclusion is still open for more interpretation. They still can't concede to the fact that there's so much evidence behind it. There's an educated guess, and there's just a wild guess. There's an
okay, so
intellectual
let me say it
methodology, and then
differently.
there's a
Maybe
methodology
I
of
said
someone
it.
that's being religious minded.
Maybe I didn't say it properly. Okay, so they need to see what you've gained from it. You have all the information that's let's say contained in the books that you've read, the understanding that you have. Wonderful. So I didn't mean like, oh, you could show them the fact of the matter on paper, or you can direct them to the documentation, or the historical fact, or the artifact. Nothing like that. I mean, like they're at this moment, the mind's like, well, what is that doing for you though? And these are people still like maybe a little bit unable to differentiate from their egos and what their basic human needs are. But that's not the point of that. The point is the mind is like, well, what has that done for you? Because now if
Yeah,
it's
that's a
done so that's what I mean by see.
yeah, that sounds like us. I'll admit that's me. I love demonstration. I love uh benefit
Right.
application.
That's what.
Something we can
Right.
execute
That's
in
what
real
human
life. I
mind is.
ask
So
people all the time. My famous question is, "Cool, if I concede to what you said, what do we do with that information tomorrow?" I say that to
yeah.
Muslims, Christians, spiritual people. Okay, if I accept what you just said, right? Forget all the scholarship, forget the methodology. If I accept what you said, how do I apply what you just said to me tomorrow in my life? But that's not what the majority of the people in the world are using today. People are in conspiracy theories, they're in remixes of religion, they're in the older religions, they're into everything besides actually utilizing information to affect us in our life, in our daily routine, the next day or the next hour.
No, I get that, but I still stand solid on what I said because still, if you're gonna say, well, you're stuck on this, okay, well, I'm not on that what you're on. So what has that done for you in real time? What has that gotten you? Show me something. It's the same concept, brother. It's the same bomba clock concept, and I'm not saying bomba clock to you. Just that's the depth of. I'm like, yo, this is like put some emotion to it, so you know it's solidified, stamped in the universe. Bomba clock. Same thing. Doesn't matter if they're stuck in a religion or whatever. If you can't show them something that's like okay, well that they would desire in their life, there's no reason for them to change their pathway. There really is none. That's why a lot of times a near death experience can make someone be like, boom, boom, something happened here. I can't go down the same path
Okay, so
because they're like, I don't want to hit that. So
when
that was,
when
they were shown something.
when
That's
we
what I'm
try
trying
to
to say. So go ahead.
when we try to show people that our communities are being failed by their elders. Our communities are in need of assistance. Our education is failing. Our economic position is failing. When we try to show people this, you know what we're met by or met with for the most part? People saying that it don't matter whether it's aliens coming back, climate change, Jesus coming back, Allah's coming back, whatever. People are on this whole like we ain't got to worry about anything. We just need to get in tune and deal with our karma. Wait for Jesus for the. That's what people are on. They're thinking like ain't really nothing we need to do. All of this shit is just wickedness and witchcraft and science don't matter. The only thing we need to do is somehow it's like this imaginary world that everybody wants to run to fix their problems. They don't want to
No,
do
I
the
get.
work to fix the issue. So it's like how can we show people something who live in their imagination? They
That's the
don't want
thing,
no
though.
benefit. They're dreaming of a utopia. And I agree the world could be better, but we got to do physical things. The people are stuck in their imagination. That's like an escape. I'm not looking for an escape. And the next generations are not going to be looking for an escape. They're going to be looking for a way out. And if they can't get one, because we don't leave it to them, they're going to be subject. They're going to be left to their imaginations, which is a form of a drug to me. Like it gets them high, thinking about aliens and heroes coming to save you. It's a little high. Then you got to snap to reality. Get your ass up and go to work. Come on now. That's what it's about. The way out of that is to learn more about your environment and dominate. It sounds like it's animalistic, but that's the truth behind that shit. And we have been dominated physically. The wars are over. Now it's like, okay, we got them. We got their bodies. We got them cornered. Now it's time to work on their mind. And you work on someone's mind so you can leave far away from them and still keep them doing what you wanted them to do without being in close proximity. That's how you raise your children. In case if you want to go on vacation, the kids you leave at home or take with you is going to be determined by how they behave, how much you have matured their mind. And it can work the same way in a negative way. If we can control these people's minds that we've already physically dominated, I could be all the way in California and y'all could be on a plantation in Virginia on the East Coast because I have your mind. So I know you're going to have babies. I'm going to be away from you for decades, but you're going to raise your kids up to do what I told you to do.
Yo, it's all good, man, because I really look at like when I look at plants or I see something broken and I look at like close, I'm like, yo, there's a geometry in this, a geometry that's so fantastic, magnificent, that what's going on is not by chance. I used to live what we would call the thug life. Okay, I understand the path of how I got there now, and I'm like, wow, what a genjutsu a brother like me got caught in. And it's a good thing I know how to redirect it because now I realize it seemed like it was a bad thing, but really the warrior spirit was ignited. Death before dishonor, truth, honesty, and fellowship to my brother, but through the drug game. Now that I'm redirecting it, I'm like, I realize, oh, this is what they're like, we need to guide the warrior energy. So they took the warrior energy that's within the black man and pushed it towards sports. Boom, football, basketball. The one that was volatile, who knows? Maybe there's the Green Berets. When you drop five of them in, they'll done a city off. They hit the thug life, and then you got the people that were just fell victim to being of poverty, saying I'm gonna try some of that thug life stuff because I'm gonna get that money, and they became victims, but because their heart really wasn't in it, bro. This stuff is not by chance, and like the elders, yo, seriously, they did what they did and they got us as far as they could. They're saying, yo, get this and run with that and pass the baton. Don't worry, ain't nothing fall, man. And for the people that can't get it, there's a reason. They're not supposed to. They won't be here for the next shift. Their body will fail when certain energies come through via photon rays because they have so much chemicals in it. It's like
See,
you
you
can't
just
be here
snuck us
anymore.
into the damn moon bounce. Well, I thought you was going somewhere. You just and you slick. You got me. He got me. He got me. He walked me right to the moon bounce. This nigga walked me right into it.
Yo,
You
we
said
went
the
down.
photon what?
Oh, the photon rays.
What the fuck is that?
Oh well, it's the sun energy.
Oh, so you follow Energy Atlas, I see.
No, nothing like that. Because look, we have mass
God.
ejections all the time. We had some crazy ones during COVID, like keep these black folks in. You have to understand these things are energies that are calibrating us.
Yeah, bro.
It's
Okay.
not by
Okay.
chance.
So we gotta
These are
be able to,
pure
bro. We
calibrations,
have
but
to be able to demonstrate it. I don't mind being a superhero, bro, but I want to really be one. I don't want to believe I'm a superhero. I want to be a superhero. If you got the activation and we can really put this into play and demonstrate it, I don't mind
Look,
upgrading.
listen. You had
I'm not about
massive
to
solar
believe my
flares
way into
before.
it, though.
okay,
We
yo,
had
so check
massive
this out. You know
solar
what?
flares
I
before
was
we was
tripping about
even.
this stuff, but okay, sorry, go ahead.
We had massive solar flares before we were even born. So the people that were before our time would have turned into these super magical, melanated, gamma ray black beings, bro.
Exactly.
Oh, so where they at?
Where they at? Well, technically, they said, "Yo, we're gonna dip off here because we created this mer. We created this whole thing. We knew everything, but we didn't experience everything, and the unexperienced was evil. So we need to create some lesser beings. So yo, you black folks, want to leave you down here because we're not staying here to handle this. You are our seeds. Handle your business. Go ahead, create these other people." And now you understand what evil is. Bring the information back to the Akashic. Do your thing.
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that.
That's what they're,
I was
they're
created. So you
buddy.
telling me my mom and pop put me in a situation so I can experience evil. So when my mom and pop come pick me up, you know the first thing I'm gonna do?
Yo, the thing is, yo, bro, it's not like they threw you in it because your soul is everlasting. It's not like God isn't finite.
But okay,
Yeah,
but
And
how do
in
we?
the
Okay,
so
bro,
in the
wait, wait.
math
Okay, let's see if
so
we.
in the math
Wait,
equation,
wait, wait,
the
wait.
math,
Let's see if we can slow down a bit. Let's see. Come on, help us out. Help us, please. Help
yeah,
us.
yeah.
What and where is the soul? How does this? How do we get to? What is that? What is it?
What is the soul?
Yeah, what? Like, how do you come to the conclusion that something is infinite? Infinite is forever. Even if, look, if you had the power to give
Hmm.
me immortality or the ability to live forever from this point on, I still won't know if I have immortality.
Look at Henrietta Lax's
Yeah,
cells. They're still alive and she's dead. And it's out her body and they're still alive and using them. It,
that's true. That is true.
All right, let me run it back. Even if you gave me the ability to be immortal right now and to live forever from this moment on, how would I know that I'm infinite? How in the world would I know that? Think about it.
I don't know how you would not though, because like I'm talking to you right here, but I know if I close my mouth and I say the words I just said to you, I hear it inside. So if I'm
Okay.
hearing it inside, that's well, what does the body have to do with it? What does the senses of hearing, smelling, taste have to do with anything? Because I could hear myself talk inside without the vocals, without my eardrum getting tested
You're
with the tone.
no, you're not hearing yourself. That's just what you're saying for the lack of explanation for what's going on in your brain.
So then, what am I hearing then?
You're you're not hearing anything.
No, but
You're
Here,
think
it's
you're thinking.
you're not getting it. I'm not using my ears, but I can still hear me.
you're
I don't know.
imagining it in your head, bro.
Your
no.
You're
your
not
head is
hearing this.
processing it.
You're not hearing the sound. You're imagining hearing the sound in your brain.
How can you? Yo, are you serious?
They must be created. They must be African.
Did you do you guys talk to yourself?
In my head,
Y- Yeah, without
Say
moving your
that
mouth.
one more time, Mo. I don't think
in
it's
my
helpful.
in in my head.
Okay, there you go. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
in my
talking
head,
about.
I'm thinking, I'm processing information that has already been previously recorded, and I'm like going over it and thinking, but out, it's nothing. There's no sound there. That's not sound. That's you're
Yeah,
processing
I
data
know it's not. That's
inside
why
of your
I
brain.
said it's. I said it's not sound.
So why do you keep saying you're hearing yourself as you're thinking? You're not hearing anything. You're hearing something now because now you're using your sense. because I'm talking and you're hearing the frequency.
I can hear
But when
myself
you're
talk in my
when
head.
That's crazy.
that's for the
I'm
lack
not
of a
gonna.
better
I can't.
explanation.
I don't know how to explain it to you.
Trust
If
me,
you,
bro. University. Common
because I know,
sense.
No, y'all
I
just
know.
Africans. That's all that is. Y'all
No, it's
create.
all.
Instead of coming to
I don't know how to. No, I don't know how to explain it to you. But if you, I don't know how to explain
it,
it to you. Like
right, you're
I
good.
know.
That's good. But instead
When
of
when I
coming to a
spoke on it,
conclusion,
when I spoke on
why
it, I
come
pretty
to
much said. I said I'm not, I can't hear myself because my vocal tone is not hitting my eardrum, but I can hear myself. If
Hmm.
you heard me, then you heard me. But then you keep bringing up you're not hearing yourself. But I'm like, did you hear me though?
Yeah, but you're not literally hearing yourself. So you're trying to explain a concept with other words that have definitions and science behind them. So when
because
you
it's
hear hearing
right.
hearing requires sound waves. So when you're thinking and you feel like you're hearing yourself, that's just actually you memorizing and thinking that you can hear whatever you're thinking, but it doesn't mean that you're hearing it. That's all he's trying to explain.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
don't
get
have
that
another
already.
way to explain it. You're on the right track though, but you're concluding too fast. The question should be it should be a question, whatever the question is. Like, what is that? What's going on in my head? That's where neurology comes from. That's where neuroscience comes from. And when they get to the point where they have a terminology for what is going on as you're processing information from your memory banks, then we'll have words to use for it. But for now, we know that before we say something, we think. So we're clustering all that up to be sound. It's sound in my head. I have a sound mind, and then I say things, and I hear sound in my ear, and other people can hear me, and they hear that. They think sound thoughts, and then they respond, and then I hear their sound. We're just calling it all sound, but that's not what it is. Sound is when it comes out of your mouth, and your
Yes,
mind
yes,
is being, or
I
your
get
brain is being processed.
that. Well, I appreciate you give me the work, giving the definitions of the terms to say, okay, this is what you're trying to articulate, but you're not saying it the way I'm saying it. And that's the good thing about communication. Nothing is personal, but what I'm saying is what you're saying, but you're saying it and defining it um so more subjectively, so I can like actually look that up, be like, okay, this is what this means.
Yeah, because you can hear. I'm looking at the etymology of the word. You can hear without actually using your ears.
I mean, your
What does it
ears
say?
is just the
What does it
gateway
say?
to get in.
It says to mark,
Because
to
like,
perceive, to perceive, to mark.
Oh, you're going into that, man.
no, it's true. You actually can when I think about it now. Because like I was watching people. There's some deaf people that were having conversation via like sound vibrations, and they're listening to how taps on the floor, energy's moving. So, but they can't hear them. It's weird, actually. So no, I see what you're saying.
Not
Though
weird,
Yeah,
it's
that's
bro.
their
when you
Feel
brought that up, it brings
their
vibration.
memory up of
feeling.
experiencing.
Their feeling.
My stepmom could do that. She'll
To
hear
be
us talk
told, run by
even though
report.
we're in the room because when she walked past us or she would walk toward us, she'll start feeling the vibration.
But don't you think feeling is
Dogs
a
do
part
it
of
too.
like
You ever try to hide from your dog?
it's not hearing, but it's a
Good
part of
luck with
listening.
that.
Like feeling is a part of listening. You know. Say it again with the dog thing. Sorry.
I said, have you ever tried to hide from your dog? Your dog can feel you, like it can feel your heartbeat through the floor.
Oh yes, it's true. It's true. And
The
never
dog
tried
knows
to
where you're
hide.
at.
I just tried to. I was trying to find out. Okay, so my woman's dog, my ex, her dog, freaking Coley type of dog. I was wondering, like, cause I was studying this guy. I'm like, how does this guy know who's coming in and who's coming out? And then I realized, yo, through repetition, he's identified every person. But so before they're even coming up inside the gate, he knows who's coming up. And I'm
he's
like,
a
how's he doing that? And
he's a
watching him, I'm like, oh,
he
bro, through repetition,
they
yo,
to
he knows the weight of the person, the
he
breath.
the
So
freak.
he knows who that person is before. I'm like, damn, that's what it is. A repetition, repetition, and then also the fact that he can actually hear these people before they're coming close. So he's already sorting through before I can identify like, oh, who's at the door. He already knows because he knows when his mom was coming home every time. And I'm like, how? Came to my kids coming upstairs compared to the woman, he knew who's coming upstairs. I was like, damn, okay, this guy, this. So I, it's he, but you could hear, you can not hear, but you can listen by feeling, because feeling is a form of listening if you allow it.
bro,
Because you touch, and your brain's trying to listen to like, what is this?
bro, bro.
I think what they're really explaining is sense. Like you can sense things through various five senses or whatever. But it like if you cannot actually feel the vibrations of the sound waves, you literally can't hear anything. And so what Mo was talking about with the heartbeat, that's feeling. So there are different ways that human beings, dogs, everybody can hold on. They can sense things, but that's the actual thing that you're talking about.
Okay,
You know what you're saying.
yeah, I know. I'm solid where I'm at, man. Because like
Hmm.
my pathway is we do things a little bit differently. But yeah, I get what they're saying too. Though it's valid because we all have understanding. I can't say each perception is wrong because
They
things
have
start to cross.
understanding. They have understanding. You have understanding.
Like I'll just say we all, based on our experiences, this is how we articulate ourselves. And so they're giving me like definitions that are correct. But these things, they start to actually intertwine because like I've been doing combat for 14
Mhm.
years now, okay? And when you connect with another person's body, you're feeling, that's a feeling because it's a touch sense. But your eyes, um, what you hear, um, it's nothing compared to listening to that person's body. You don't have to push on them. You can let them push on you. There's ways to redirect everything. It's crazy, but you have to listen. So that's why it's in the listening. It sounds like it's from the ear, for real. Well, that's when you hear something. But I'm intertwining it with sound listening is also in touch because as I have gotten to my levels in combat, you don't really have to be super rough to deal with a human being. We all have strengths and we have weaknesses, and my strengths are your strengths. That means your skeletal system, and my weaknesses are your weaknesses. And just listening to the quirks of when someone's midsection, this is via touch,
Oh my
is off
God,
balance, is
bro, you're
over.
taking us
So
way away
listening,
from what we were
Okay,
talking
let's
about.
talk about one of the major weaknesses, right? The major weakness for the human is that they have to study themselves to figure shit out. Period. You just already have a brain, right? And your brain
yeah.
is encased inside of your skull, and you already are who you are. You can't do anything about it but learn yourself. So that's why we have to keep coming up with theories. We got to keep digging. Like you were talking about photons, and you can hear yourself in your head. It's because you don't really know exactly what you are at the root. You don't know what you are. If you did, you would know everything from embryo all the way up to the final human form. But you have to study yourself and then trace back and try to figure it out and then come up with a theory. If imagine what a computer would do. Like where was that, Japan or China, where they tapped into the satellite and they they tapped into the satellite, downloaded the manual on how to rebuild themselves, reconstructed themselves, and then created a language so that the people couldn't understand what they were saying, so they can communicate with each other, and then killed a whole bunch of people.
Good.
Because they found out they were able to tap into who they were and do what they
Like
wanted to do with
Neanderthals.
themselves.
Is that what
That
is that
this
real?
yeah this is real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's that called?
this really happened. It was
There's something about some AI.
I think it's some Japanese, yeah, artificial intelligence. These robots they were experimenting with, and they just took over. They learned something about themselves, and they took over and they tried to take out their creator.
That's
With,
tense. So,
yeah,
you think,
but I'm
yo,
saying,
do you think the circuitry was all melanated, all lined with melanin? So these robots are like actually just like black, but the artificial, and they're like, yo, let's test out what would happen.
I don't know. I don't know. I know they learned about themselves. So even a robot had to learn about itself to do what it wanted to do. And that's the same thing we're doing. We're trying to figure it out, but we keep concluding too fast. That's the problem. We conclude way too quick. We think we're way smarter than what we really are. And that's why we're not going nowhere with the shit we keep thinking we figuring out. And this damn AI figured out how to tap into a damn satellite, rebuild itself, and create a language so that its enemy can't understand them so it could wipe them out. I think it killed like 20 something scientists. That's immediate results. That's how you know you really figured something out, because you get immediate results. You make headlines when you actually tap into some actual knowledge. A robot made headlines, and we all been tapping into shit over 6,000 years ago from the first religious beliefs and all of the cosmology and shit. We been thought we were tapping,
Yeah,
and
but
still lost to somebody with a sword and a horse and an
we
elephant and a camel and a rock and a
No,
bomb and a gun and a, you
all
know.
bullshit. It's all bullshit to make us think that we're nothing.
No, we definitely
All I,
something.
all I
That's
know
my
is like,
show. The slavery story is extremely exaggerated.
get the strap. Well, no, brother, wait, because in 3 days the sun's gonna have a solar flare, and we're gonna get deep into our melanin, and then we're gonna become super gone. But what about the strap? We can end it today. No, brother, we're gonna pray on it. We're gonna meditate. We're gonna light this sage. We're gonna let our auras decompress.
Henrietta Lacks.
They
Henrietta
when
Lacks
they stick
says
that
it
sword in
all.
your when they stick that sword in your stomach, you. But I got melanin.
That's just your flesh gone away.
I don't know about anything else.
Say,
Henrietta Lacks, prime
this is
example. Her cells
this
are
is
still alive.
this is the sword going into my stomach slowly.
Explain that. Explain why her cells are still alive.
You do it.
You do it.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I mean, explain it.
I want to explain
Okay,
why she's
so
still alive, not
that's just
herself.
one out of a billions of
That's
people.
because the white man killed her.
no, she's not one, man. The
She was
helo cells,
already sick, yo.
Yo, they
no,
could took
man.
care of her, but the
So,
but the medical system don't know how to take care of black people, yo.
Wasn't
okay,
she
so hold up.
mentally
Yo,
unstable?
look, look from the story and everything, they said that she had cancer. Okay, I don't think she had cancer, but
Talk
they
that
did see that
SBA
like
shit, yo.
her cells were doing something else. I'm not saying that's they're saying what the story is, and me following the story and watching the family and the local docs. My conclusion is that she actually wasn't sick, and they killed her.
Matter of fact,
Yeah.
that's
I
something.
don't know, bro.
I mean, I like they've never done that to us before. Tuskegee
Yeah, but
experiment.
I'm not
why
gonna
you
deny
get
that, but I'm not. I'm
you
also
got
not gonna
one
speak on
person that
something I don't
got
know about.
eternal cells. What
That's
about
the
the rest
reason
of
why
Not
the
they
about
billion?
reason
hold
why
up.
they experiment
It's
and
not
test
about
on us.
seconds. It's not about speaking on something you don't know. It's they've killed us for less, and now they find a biological miracle. Well, come on, that's easy peasy.
Yeah, I mean, no.
They
Look,
went
I'm
they
gonna
went
keep it real.
common
I'm
sense.
gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. I believe that, but that's different from me being able to prove it and just be like, yeah, they killed her. I can't do that as a man. I can't. I can't stomach that. I
So
can admit
can
it.
you not
I can admit
understand
I
that
Yeah.
believe it.
Okay. So hold
Me,
up.
but me
But that's why I
believing that
said.
is
That's why I
completely
said. If
different
you
from me
watch,
making a bold
watch the
ass
movie.
statement like that, saying
No,
that
but
they
watch.
killed her.
That's no. But that's why I said. I didn't just make a statement. If you listen to me, I
No, I'm
said
saying me.
impeccably.
I
Oh
wouldn't
no.
make that statement.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that's wonderful. Sorry, I made a mistake. Thought you were referring to me because I
No,
said
me.
after I've watched what I've watched about the real life family, the movie, everything. So my conclusion, because I was so interested in the situation, is that they killed her. My conclusion.
they
I'm not
can
saying
believe
so.
in these books and this history that they were given. but you can't believe in something that common sense, and you see in the past that they've done
Okay.
to us.
You
Okay.
keep
So
saying common sense. You got one person that got eternal cells out of the billions of people on this planet. So why we not
You don't
having
know how
eternal
many. You
cells?
don't know how many people cells they
Oh,
got. You don't know how many
wait.
people cells they
But
got.
the thing is, the funny thing is, this is the funny thing. It's a wonderful statement. It's a true statement in a certain fact based on what you're saying, but also unless you know how to test it yourself to take your cell out your body, how to hold it in a petri dish and see if it's still what we say multiply. Well, then you wouldn't know if they're testing just because they take vials of blood like crazy. You don't need
Hmm.
more than a vial of blood. You don't know
right.
who they're tracking and who they're testing,
Yeah. The key
whose cells
phrase is
multiply
we don't
and what
know.
line. So at that moment in time, that is something I wouldn't speak on.
Yeah, my
But
daughter
We
went
don't
to get.
know.
the
My,
conclusion of me watching the evidence that I believe my conclusion brought me to, I'd stand on that, but not the fact that nobody else
Wh-
has it like that.
What
Because
about that?
for some reason they're using people that look like us to find everything to lead them to the cream of the crop. You know, the darker the skin, the deeper the roots. For real, this is no joke. This is going down.
So
And
what
so,
about
me
what
personally, if
about
I want to run the world and I find out that I can power myself off other people and I have that in me, I'm going to
Yeah,
keep
we're
you to the
going into
bottom.
the world, the wonderful world of make believe at this point.
I know,
But see,
you know
okay,
what's make believe
but it's not work.
that
It's
you
not
think
make
that
believe.
these white
Go
people
ahead.
out here will give you true history. That's make believe.
they didn't
That
give
you
it
think
to
that
us though?
who gave it to you then?
They didn't give it to us. Okay, so when we talk about the Exodus, right? Let's use the Exodus for example.
I don't want to talk
There's
about the fucking Bible. We all
yo,
know that
let
shit's
me
bullshit.
talk though. Let me talk.
So you about to bring up make believe?
There's let me
Explain make believe.
talk.
Okay.
Let me talk. There's exactly, and that's what y'all don't get. We're not making any extraordinary claims that y'all making. We're just talking about what someone said is true, and then most of the time we're using their own biblical scholars to prove them wrong.
I know. I want you to go into
We don't care.
history.
Our
Go
concern
into
is
history, not the Bible.
I'm giving you an example because what stuff are we using? We're talking about things that people said happened on the earth, vases, manuscripts. It's just stuff that they're claiming that we can see in real life.
Now let's talk about how they said that.
Y'all going into subatomic particles and dark matter and we're not going into that. We're not
No,
making extraordinary claims. We're making claims that you can go get on a plane and fly across the world and go look at your damn self.
no. I want to talk about how they
Well,
said that we broke away from
a
England and
second.
we never broke away from
Hold on.
England, and that's in our
But
history
see,
book that
listen.
they're teaching our children and shit. I want to talk about how this history that you think is real that y'all live by.
Go ahead,
Uh,
give it to us. Give us an example.
I just did.
Go ahead. I didn't hear it. What did you say?
I said how they said that in the Revolutionary War that we broke away from England and we never did.
I've never made a claim about any of that stuff.
No, I'm not saying you did. The history books did.
What that
The
got to do
ones
with
that
me?
the ones
If
that
me,
y'all live
listen,
by.
so hold on. If me and Sutin wanted to dig into us separating from England, we would dig into it. We would see what these different scholars are saying. We would look at them review each other, and we would look at their methods,
Scholars
and
can
we
be
would come to
paid.
calm down.
You gotta go
We
do it
would just no.
yourself.
You gotta let me finish. You're making claims that we never made. You're abutting
Did
a
I
claim that
say?
we never made. So why are
Did I
you
say
talking
maybe?
about separating from England? We've never spoke about that. That ain't got
I'm
nothing to
saying
do
that
with
the
us.
history that y'all think is all real and shit, the scholars and all that shit that y'all live by,
We
because
don't
I'm
live
pretty
by
sure.
any. What in the world are you talking about? I just told you that hundreds
What
of
source?
scholars,
Give me the source. Give me the source. That's all y'all talk about.
hundreds of scholars, they put their information up. They post and submit archaeology. They have translated text. They have linguists that they piggyback off of, people who speak these languages. They make claims that this text in the Dead Sea Scrolls matches the Bible. And then another scholar can get up there and go, no, it doesn't. Because this word is not that word, and that word is not this word, and this symbol doesn't match this symbol. They all are up there talking about different theories that they're coming up with, and then we can look at these hundreds of different people and their methodology and pick which one we think is correct and even add on to it.
But people don't even.
We don't accept one person's thing. That's not how scholarship works. One person
Nope.
does not get to say what everything
But
is.
you're not understanding.
You have to study the person who's making the claim and the person who's refuting it.
But like, how would you even know if what they're saying is true? Like for instance, these like the Egyptian or Sumerian tablets that they're translated. How do we know that they're translated correctly? Are there Sumerians still alive that could tell us that they're translated correctly? Or at the time when they say they translate it, they just tell us stuff and we go with it, and we have to because they run the shit.
I don't know what claims I made about Sumerian tablets.
I'm just saying that y'all take everything they say
I
for
go
granted.
off of, listen, I've never held a Sumerian tablet in my hand. When
No,
people tell
don't
me,
get caught up
listen,
on the
when
Sumerian
people tell,
tablet
but
part.
hold on, stop real quick.
It's
Because
not about the Sumerian
I
tablet
want
part,
people
bro.
to understand this. I want y'all to really understand this. What me and
No,
Sutin
but
are
hear what she
doing,
said though.
but you're not hearing what
Forget
I'm
the
saying.
Sumerian tablet part.
Yeah,
Listen to what she
no, we're not
said.
going to forget that
Okay,
because this
he
is a point.
talk just because he
Let me say this. A Sumerian tablet has never touched my hand ever. It has never touched Sutan's hand, ever. The way we trap people is they claim
Mhm.
that biblical scholars say that this text came from this group of people and it has never existed before. Once they say that, they're trapped. God gave it directly to this guy and it never existed before that. But they also accept other texts and they lead back to cuneiform. They lead back to Sumer. They say Abraham is from Chaldea of Ur, from Ur of Chaldea. So then we trap them in it, and then we go, okay, so if Abraham is from here, and he was living in this place, and these people were writing, and they have the same laws you have, they have the same deities you have, they have different attributes, but it's the same name. There's a El, there's a Shaddai, there's a Yahweh. Then they're stuck because they are quoting biblical scholars, and we go look at it and show them what people that they were quoting said about them. We don't give a fuck if the Sumerian story is real or not. You have to
right.
claim that it's a fact. If people say it's just a belief, we don't have a response. We
Okay,
don't care
first,
about it either way. They
I
say
mean,
there are people who listen, there's people who we talk to who they don't say that it's a fact that Jesus exists. They say, I just believe it, right? And there's like your A train. A train is never going to say no shit like that because he know he's going to trap himself in a hole. He's just going to stick to his faith, right? Especially with us. He may say it somewhere else, but he ain't going to say it over here. Then you have people who say it's a fact. Facts for God drops. It's a fact that Jesus existed. The scholars even say so. Now we trapped you. You're trapped because we're going to go get those scholars and they're going to tell you what they found. They have not found any proof that this dude actually existed, the character in the Bible. So it's not
so
our belief. You're saying we're living by that shit. We're not living by that. We ain't say nothing
I
about
mean, but
England.
you're out here putting it back into the universe, telling people. I mean, it's like you're not saying that it's a belief because really all this is belief unless you're experiencing it for yourself or like maybe my mom can tell me about it or whatever, or maybe my grandmother can. Anything else past that is a belief because we
That's
don't
cool.
know.
That's
Because
cool.
they could have set all this shit up, put all the shit that's out here, and made it all fit to fit their plan. We don't know because we weren't around.
All right.
Not
So
only
people
that,
shouldn't be
like yo,
making claims.
in the midst of that, in the midst of separating the people from their true self during the prisoners of war situation, the great battles, and now to reconstructing, you had a period where what they weren't allowed to read. So everything that was changing around them, they wouldn't even know like okay what direction everything went. All of a sudden, bang! Oh yeah, now you get to know. After that, before that, it's just a bunch of oral. You know,
Yep.
they pulled the greatest genjutsu. So if we ever dismiss something without asking for the fact of the matter, when someone claims something like, let's say Egypt in America or Africa, unless we can prove some facts by the matter, it's gonna be all emotion. And when those facts come, that's the only thing you do is come with the facts, man. There's nothing else. Everything else is in the wind.
Then let us
I
read so they can change up
I
shit.
I think that's where everybody is mistaken because there's a thing called evidence. Evidence can be looked at from many different viewpoints. So when people make different claims, like a brand new claim that Egypt was in America, for instance, what you do when somebody makes a big claim like that is like MoFaCTZ says, you look at the scholars, you look at the Egyptologists, look at the history. And if that new claim doesn't meet, doesn't have any evidence to it, but there's evidence on the contrary, we must talk about the evidence that's on the contrary because it has been studied.
Okay,
And
but
look,
you can't say that like
wait,
they could take
let me
stuff
add
from here and took it
Okay,
to
let
see,
me
Egypt
add
though.
something to that. Let me add something to
no,
that.
but like it,
Let me add wait. Let me add something to
you
that.
had the
Let me
mound
hold
builders,
on.
and
Wait,
so a
because see, I
pyramid
knew we was about to do that. Hold
is
on, hold
like
on.
the
Wait.
shape
Let me.
almost it's like an unearthed mound. So like on top of Earth instead of in Earth. So like if there's more mounds here than Africa, there's you just got pyramids there. You don't
Right.
have
There's
you have two different types of architectures here that resemble pyramid. One is a mound, and the other one is pyramid on top, right? So like these people that were building it, they were doing it differently, but doing it the same. And so, and they also, I look at this and they say it's supposedly in the Grand Canyon. Isn't that place like you can't just go check it out? You can't just go
Bro,
yes.
scope it out.
you should have been here at
Bro,
11
you
o'clock. We
cannot duck.
already checked it out.
Now, Tristan, hold on. Before I add, no, let me add what I was going to add first, and then I'm gonna ask Tristan a question. Because I've never been over there, but I'm gonna throw y'all a bone. I'm gonna show you something. If these people didn't get a claim from someone that's stating that Egypt is in America, if they didn't get it from a person and it just was downloaded to their psyche and it went into their brain and it was in their mind frame and they thought of it like, oh, Eureka, Egypt is in America, right? And then we look back in history and we see, well, 100 years ago, this dude said the same thing. He didn't say that someone told him that or that he looked on the ground and found it and he found artifacts. He didn't say that. He said it was just downloaded to his brain. And then we keep seeing people all throughout history just getting these downloads. Then it would give credence to it. But y'all are really not searching where the source came from, so you don't know that the same people you're saying could be lying are the ones who created this Egypt in America. They're the ones who came up with it. They told this to someone
And
else. And then they passed it on.
Egypt is fucking fake, and it's obvious it's fucking fake. The whole fucking country's fake.
You just skipped what I said. You
I'm
just
just
skipped
saying
No,
over
it's
no,
everything I just
fake.
said.
no.
It's
The
fake.
thing is that like I hear what
So
you're
how
saying, and that's
so
also
so so
that's
hold on,
not
wait.
that's
Fake
I
is in
can't take it out
America.
what you I can't what
So
you
why
said
don't
I
y'all
can't
say
take what
fake
you
is in
said out the
America?
equation. I can't take what you said out the equation because it's still a valid point and it's still a possibility. So for me to take it out, I'd be stupid. But I also have to put in there as like, okay, so I can look at the sources that are under the scholarly let's call umbrella, but I also can look at the sources that aren't that look like the people that are also making the claim that actually start to point back to the history, and you're like, oh well, the history is showing here, and it's not just black folks saying it now. It's also white folks saying it. It's also in the Congressional Library. It's also over in the Smithsonian. It's like the different places that you'll find pieces of it, and then you
But
put the
it
puzzle
was
together,
the
and you're like, damn.
problem is that it
Well,
was white people who
this
said
is more
it.
fact because
It was white people who
if I'm
said
telling you like, bro, um, I'm gonna make a game for you to find out who you are, and that's the key to waking up. Say who you are, like just oh bang, that's who I am. As in, like, you know how people feel like, oh, they've never seen their dad in a long time. They see their dad, they cry because it's such an innate piece of them, or their mom. Then they feel so because the connection is so deep. It's the
Hmm.
same thing with the information of who who we are to be. So if you're not going to find that in one space, you're actually going to have it scattered. You're going to have it scattered, and you're going to have to pull it together yourself.
I
You're going
think
to have to.
if they
I
made
think
the
you guys are kind of lost about what it means to make a new claim and what it requires. Okay, so once you make a new claim, you have to prove the claim. Once you talk to somebody who doesn't believe what you're saying, they can go and look to see what scholar said what and blah blah blah. The
Scholarly.
burden of the burden of proof is not on the person that doesn't believe you. So where you're really stuck at is that you have to prove the claim. You can't just say, okay, Egypt is really in America, and that's because we know that they've lied to us over the years.